What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of DRIVECAST here with Jay, Richard, and CJ.
I like how there's a long delay there.
What was that?
I don't know what it was really.
I was not expecting Jack and CJ to be mentioned.
Episode 1.
Yeah,
We're back. So we've been away. We've been balling. We've been busy. We've been fucking. That lasted all of 1 minute.
yeah. Good job. Good job.
Where do we want to begin?
Where do we begin?
Where do we begin?
Well, why didn't you go
Yeah.
ahead and tell us where you've been, Cameron?
Where I've been, right? So, literally, I think that the like TLDR is like we've just been really, really busy.
Yeah, as a whole.
Yeah.
You don't know what
Can I be stupid and ask what the hell that means?
You don't know what TLDR means?
Too
The
long
short
didn't
story,
read.
basically.
Too long didn't read.
The short
okay.
story. The short story. The
TLDR
short
has
story.
more syllables than short story.
These millennials and their sayings and phrases, I'm not familiar. Carry on.
Aren't you like
I
younger
was
than me?
joking. I was joking. And no, I am the oldest here.
Oh, all right. Then that means you're dad now. Then.
Yeah, he's the
no.
grandfather.
Daddy now.
He's the grandfather.
Grandfather. Mad.
Yeah, you're the grandfather. I'm the dad. Then CJ is the retarded son.
Wow.
And Richard's the wife. Big batty, big breasts.
Why is my mommy older than me? Oh, younger than me.
I mean, if me and Richard are having sex, we're definitely having a retarded
Yeah,
offspring.
we're definitely. I'm his hot
Wait,
Asian.
so if you're my mommy, Richard, and you're younger than me, how does that make any sense?
Do your homework. Do your homework, CJ. Do your homework.
Why are you asking questions? You're the one wearing an Acura hat, you moron.
Stylish. It's stylish. That's why.
In relation to us trying not to swear in the first 10 minutes, we have completely failed.
Wait, who did it?
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
I said that. I dropped
And then
quite,
and there's been, retarded and
retarded is not a swear word.
Yeah, but
Spastic
In
word.
YouTube's eyes, it probably is.
We should get back onto what we were talking about. So
Yeah. Anyway.
yeah, we've all been pretty busy. I've obviously been at my final year at university. I've mentioned it a bit on my channel, like just in and out in videos and stuff. But like, been a real hectic year. I'm starting a job soon in August, so like I mentioned that in the last video as well.
Yeah.
It's just been a busy time for me anyway. And like I guess with the podcast, the thing is, it's all of us being like free to do it, not just like for me anyway. I can obviously speak from like myself. Videos have been hard enough to make, so then to organize the podcast with the 4 of us, when I'm struggling to even make videos every week, that's a completely different thing. And I think I can also speak from all of us saying that we didn't want to do the podcast again until we were all kind of in a position to do it, like motivated as well to do it as well.
Yeah.
Because like, I think we've left it now so long that we're all kind of motivated to do it again. And I think there was a bit of a lull where like we were kind of just doing it for the sake of doing it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the kind of the main thing, the main reason why there hasn't been DRIVECAST for the past Lord knows how long is just because we've all been so busy. But I can speak for myself now, like obviously I'm getting a job and stuff, and I feel like for me anyway, I'm probably going to get into a bit more of a routine leaving university. So with that being said, like I think with the whole YouTube channel, like for me anyway, uploading a certain amount a week and then also getting this up and also kind of just getting everything back on track. Obviously Need for Speed's out this year. All that stuff. I think for me anyway, it's a really big year to get it all done. I've actually got income coming in now, so I can actually fucking put money back into the YouTube stuff and actually get shit going. And that's more my personal kind of point of view. Obviously, everyone here, like, we'll talk in a minute about like what their view is and what they're going through and that. But that's kind of it for me, really. Just university's been really busy last year. Getting a job has also been busy, but then also like the social stuff. Like obviously with me leaving uni and that, like I'm kind of like rounding off, like saying goodbye to uni mates and stuff and all that kind of shit. So it's always been a really busy time. So that's like kind of my point of view. Does anyone else want to like chip in, like them?
My Alexa. I'm sorry.
Dude.
It's just
It's more
What?
or less your wife at this point, isn't it?
yeah, my girlfriend.
I would not be
Virtual
surprised if like it's just grim. Like the
I
Alexa's just
think
grim.
CJ would duct tape a fucking fleshlight on the bottom of Alexa and just start going to Pound Town.
You can
Like the
get.
top of it's just sticky.
We were
Speaking of
Oh,
CJ,
sorry.
why don't you
Okay.
tell us what's been
All right.
going on? It's been going on, lad.
So yeah, I graduated high school, which is really cool. And I actually had a semester of college. I'm in college now. I'm actually working at the radio station that we have at the college. And in fact, I just took it over. I'm actually the station manager
Oh
now.
my god, he's actually. Oh,
He actually rated it.
Listen,
You raided it.
He rated
You went in
it.
and said, "Listen,
He
you
broke down the
fucks."
door. He's like, hey, I'm gonna play Pink Floyd. I'm gonna play more music. And then he walked in and started playing music.
No, he was what? I'm gonna play Skepta. I'm gonna play Skepta, my man, Skepta.
Oh my.
If you went in there saying that with the Acura hat, you're a fucking virgin.
I crip walked in there with my Acura hat.
Curiosity, CJ, how many minutes in are we? So I can keep up. Like,
We
how
are
much
6 minutes 42 seconds.
Fucking hell, we're already 6 minutes in.
Yeah,
Carry
but
on.
yeah. So I'm actually temporarily right now the station manager. Hopefully, it turns into a permanent position there. But yeah, so I've been on the radio.
Sauce.
I've been doing again Truckers FM as well for nearly 2 years now. I mean, I guess the elephant in the room. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I did gain 8,000 subscribers by shitting on the crew too.
Oh, big
So-
man, big
so
man.
yeah, that period where my channel YouTube decided within the span of us not doing DriveCast, YouTube decided to elevate my channel, and then they also decided to just stop recommending my videos as a whole. So I'm kind of back just down.
I don't blame the
Yeah.
ones.
Dude,
the
I remember watching the DriveCast I wasn't in, and I remember CJ saying, "Oh yeah, I get more views than you now, Cam. I get more views than you now." And then he says in this podcast, "Oh,
We also need to say that Jay literally lives outside of a police station, basically. So you're gonna hear a lot of, and he also lives outside of nightclubs. So you're also gonna hear like,
I'll try and keep it.
So around an hour.
I'll try and turn my noise gate down so it's a bit more.
But yeah, that's YouTube. Yeah, and then other than that, really not too much has happened. Oh, aside from that, I also got my 2010 TSX Acura, which
Glorious car, absolutely insane machine.
yeah, as opposed to your car, Jay.
JDM icon.
Oh man, we're gonna do that, are we? Ah shit. Are we gonna do that? Are we?
Jay doesn't need a car. Okay, my sweet baby runs. He has legs."
I just run to the next city. I don't need to drive.
I
just
thought you were
run.
gonna say the next country still.
I do that too. I'm like Dash off of The Incredibles. It runs on the water. Like
I thought you were more like, what's the fucking the wife called?
Elastigirl.
Elastigirl. She just does like fucking one leap to the other fucking nation. Like,
The only thing is, I'm not dummy thick. Like
That's
I'd argue
Elastigirl.
different.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I'd
I'd
argue
argue about that. Like if we if we were forced to testify in a court of law and the judge asked, okay, is Jay
okay, so
thick? I
Richard,
think
how
we'd
was
all
what's your backstory? We're doing an origin story right now.
Origin story.
What's your origin story?
Podcast episode 1, the origin story.
The origin story.
Might as well be a fucking origin story. So as everyone knows, 2018 I did not upload at all, and I think at all I don't think. Am I correct? I think maybe like one video or something. I don't fucking know. No, yeah, there's a few videos because I came back September. That's right. So for the first like 3/4 of the year, I didn't do anything. And that was obviously because anyone else here would know it. If you're not in the mood to make a video, you kind of don't want to force, especially if you're doing a gameplay video. And obviously, cinematics also that also is the case. But if you're not in the mood to do something, you can't really force yourself to be in the mood to do something. Therefore, it's not going to turn out as good. Or even like one thing that I think, especially because like this can be applied to anyone else here. Jay, you know, if you need to come up with shot ideas. I've done like fucking maybe 3 cinematic videos in the past, and it's hard to come up with ideas on what shots of the car to do, where to put the camera, and all that bullshit. And since that's the case, if you're not in the mood to do that, obviously you're if you're not motivated or inspired to do it, you're not gonna come up with those same ideas, and in the end, it's not gonna be it's not going to turn out as well as if you were in the mood to do it. And with me, I was not in an amazing place to be making videos. I just couldn't. I tried really hard too. I tried to make a video when I was in the mood, and when I was in the mood, it would be like 1 day out of a month, and it just didn't turn out that well, just because I overall as a whole wasn't into it. And then September came around, and I was like, I still felt kind of the same, but I wanted something to do, so I just made a video like here and there. And that was like my payback video, I think. And then me being unmotivated to make videos was the case until about, I'd say, it really started picking up at the beginning of this year, but it really I really got motivated and inspired at the end of April. Because this sounds gay as shit. But I was just what?
I've not heard someone call something gay in a long time, but carry on.
Hey, Pride Month's over now.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I was just I was just not in a good place all the time. I would just sit in bed all day and just go on my phone, not do anything. And I feel like that in turn made me feel worse. And do you guys know of the YouTube channel Eliminate?
No.
No.
Sounds like a real epic gamer channel.
Yeah, real epic.
Eliminate.
They kind of they have like this like clothing website, and then they also make videos on modifying the cars and shit. And one of the main guy, Randy, this is again why I said it's fucking
I was about
gay.
to say, are they sponsoring this? Are they paying for this ad space?
They're not being advertised.
It's an unnamed channel.
DRIVECAST is brought to you by Lemonade.
DRIVECAST is brought to you by Lemonade. Nice, CJ. But yeah, he made a video about how about like his like backstory and how he got to where he is. Like he wanted an R32 ever since he was a kid, and he did it.
Gang, gang.
And like in the end, like with everything, the moral of his like kind of speech at the end of this one video is like, if you want something, you could do it. And I don't know why, but just because he went so in depth with it, it really hit home with me. And so I remember there's this tweet probably like 2 months ago from me, and that was the day that I realized something. And ever since I've actually been motivated to make videos and shit. And I'm actually gonna start picking it up like way more soon. But yeah, in the past year, not much has really happened. Other than that.
Well, you left high school, didn't it?
That too. Yeah, I guess I left high school. I started college, but relaying back to why I just like said, that whole you could do whatever you want thing if you put your mind to it. I was like failing my second semester of college, 2 classes I was failing, and I wanted to start somewhere small if I wanted to get somewhere. And I started with college the last 2 weeks, and somehow the last 2 weeks I was able to turn those 2 failing grades into passing grades. So I just want to build my way up from there, and that's about it. Nothing else has really happened. I mean, I got a new car, but I'm gonna keep that a secret for another week.
Oh,
I feel like this is an intervention.
Thank you, Richard.
Oh, so
mate, it's just an origin story.
Origin stories.
Origin
The
story.
lore.
Alright, you Jay
So
now.
what
You
one
Jay.
with you there? What one with you there?
Probably some boring shit with Jay. Nothing special about it.
Yeah, Jay's been living the fucking boring life.
Yeah, he lives in the poorhouse now.
Absolutely boring. No,
There's no depression. There's no. There's no new car.
No. We'll get into it. So
Nothing cool.
I don't know if I've So I've not explicitly said it anywhere, but I've definitely like given the hint that that's happening.
Inferred,
Some
yeah.
people genuinely still don't actually know, because I know, because they've been like, oh, what is he doing there? Oh, they probably just there to see the game.
People
So,
still don't know I'm in the Game Changers, you know. Like that's a genuine
yeah,
like yeah,
crazy.
genuinely.
So basically, I have sold my soul to the devil, and now I'm an employee at Games. I work there. I'm not going to say what I'm doing because I don't know if I'm actually allowed to, and I don't want to risk that. So,
Jay,
but
you cut out.
I'm
You
pretty
cut
sure
out.
Ben said you were allowed to say. I remember him saying that. You know?
No, I can say I work there, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to get into details anyway. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
currently at Ghost Games, and that's. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to fucking like. It just sounds like I'm trolling. I'm not. So that's just kind of spun my world upside down. I've moved house. Which
Like
I just,
give like a time frame, like how long it's been in that.
So I want to say what, almost 3 months ago. No, 3 months ago. That basically I heard I got the kind of green light that I'm going to be working there. And I'm not joking. In the space of from I was offered, or the job was there, and I had to move there. That was in the space of like what, 3 weeks, if that. And so I moved, and then started, and it's just, I think from there everything's just been super quick. Like time has just gone so fast. I've been there for 3 months, and that's just bizarre to me.
That's actually nuts.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
insane.
how time has moved. So I feel like I feel like I'm on a fucking train, and it's just at fucking Mach 1, and I'm just moving. I'll go to bed, wake up, go to sleep. It's just crazy. Days are just so short for me. It's really kind of spiraling my head. I'm finding it hard to understand what's going on. But that's that. I really can't. I don't really want to go in too deep with it, because we'll speak about it, but you know, we'll speak about it later on in the year. I can actually go a bit more in depth, but right now I don't really want to. But in terms of the channel, it's been scarce on there. I haven't really been on the ball at all. I think this has something to do with it being here and whatever I'm doing. But even before that, I didn't really, like, same story as Richard, I was really losing motivation to fucking do anything. It was like life as a whole wasn't great. And it was just felt like I was just going into some system. I felt like I was looking for jobs that I didn't want to do. I don't have any major qualifications or anything. What the fuck am I going to do with myself? That was just running through my head. So that's why this is all bizarre to me, because before I literally was on the brink of just like, fuck it. And like, I just really, my channel was really just doing nothing for me. Like, making videos was doing nothing for me. I tried. The amount of footage I've got on my computer that it's just stuff that I've recorded and not done anything with is mad. I've got like over 10 videos that just I've not finished because I didn't like them. I just didn't like the way they looked or the way it came out.
That kind of sounds like me. I have on my desktop right now, I have like probably 7 different folders I have yet to touch and edit.
It's just, and it's really an unexplainable thing, because you really want to, but there is like something physically stopping you from doing it.
I've definitely been at the stage where like I haven't even got the will to like go to my computer and press record.
Yeah, it's like
even before, like, it's one thing to actually get up in there and actually record it, but then like for me it's really weird. It's every winter period since I've been at uni, other than the first year, like every winter period I just be sitting there and I just be looking at it and just thinking like, I like literally haven't got it in.
Yeah. And I feel like
I feel that too.
Yeah, I think it's like a seasonal thing. Like, yeah.
I don't think it, not for me. I feel like this has just been a thing that's been going on for the past 2-3 years now. Not 2 years now. I've made a bunch of videos in that time frame, but like Alright, then let's go back to when 2015 was in its prime. Making videos then was so fun. I genuinely enjoyed it to the point where I was pushing out bullshit because of how much I liked it, and that kind of leads me to say, well, it's kind of a gift and a curse that I'm getting a bit sick of it, because I'm now taking so much time and effort and just proof checking and going back, and that my videos are at quality standard. I'm happy with them. Whereas a couple of years ago, I wasn't. I just didn't like. I look back at my videos then, and it's like, I look back at my videos in the past year, and I'm really happy with them, because I know over the past year I've been so nitpicky because I've not been.
I'm the same, you know, still.
Yeah, in the mood to. I don't feel any need to upload every fucking day, or even every week. I just don't feel the need. I know when new games come out, I will get that motivation back, and I'll want to, but. I feel like now I'm gonna kind of keep this trend of just not trend, but like pattern of just taking time with my stuff, because the outcome of it, regardless to if it gets views or not, I don't give a shit anymore. The outcome of my videos is what matters to me, not how many people view it or how many people like it. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I've totally gone past that. It would be nice to make money from my channel, but to me, in my head, all I can think is that what happened. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. If it's not, it won't. I'm not gonna pressure myself anymore to get views or credit or recognition. I don't give a shit. I will just make what I think looks good, or what I'm proud of. I want to be proud of my shit, not proud of how many followers I've got.
I think on that point,
yeah,
like I can relate to that as well, in terms of like the whole, like, when I was uploading every single day. Don't get me wrong, that was the best time for the channel in terms of growth and that. But I think now, with obviously finishing uni, applying for jobs and stuff, like my view of how I see my channels also changed. So like before, like, and I still guess to an extent, like I still don't want to go like ages without uploading, because like it's just not really like how I operate and stuff. But in terms of like not, I don't want to say rushing necessarily, but like feeling forced, it's not really a thing anymore. And I think the reason for me anyway is probably because when I was doing YouTube, you know, like during school and stuff, it was pocket change, but it was pocket change that got me along. So I'd kind of had that mentality of like, it was never forced, but it was there sort of thing. But now, I'm not sure if any of you guys know Nero Cinema. He's a COD YouTuber.
Yeah, I watch his vids. Yeah.
He said like something and it kind of resonated with me. So obviously COD's been fucking shit, and he only uploads when he needs to. He does it for a living. Like he has a second channel where he plays other games, but on his first channel it's COD. Yeah. And he basically says like, I don't need to do this, and like I like, if I don't see something I don't agree with, I'll go weeks without uploading, and it's whatever. And to me, that's how I'd want to run this channel. There's numerous names I can mention, like people who have 100,000 subscribers in this community. You can tell they fucking hate it. Like they fucking hate how like forced to do shit. It's not even just one or two people, it's loads. Like, and I would hate for my passion for YouTube to turn like that.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, I've actually really been enjoying it recently. Like the videos I've made recently, I feel like have been one of my best I've made ever.
Like for me, I think if I had the choice of being someone like iDubbbz or Mr. Homeless, where they upload, you know, pretty infrequently, but their views are mad whenever they do.
Yeah, it's like an event. It's like an event whenever they upload.
Compared to like someone, you know, lesser, or I'm not gonna say lesser, but like someone who uploads more frequently, but it's more like news and kind of like it's a different style of video. I'd rather be the Mr. Homeless or the fucking iDubbbz or the H3 in their prime sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I kind of wanted the channel to be. Is like don't get me wrong, that's not me saying that I'm not going to upload news and that, but it's not going to be fucking Raven West returns to grid or like all that bullshit. Like it's I'm not going to be doing every little thing
like,
to get
it just I get it because a lot of people rely on that to pay their bills. I get it. And I'm not shunning anyone for grinding or grafting, because it is what it is, and I'm not judging. I'm not even saying that's bad. Do what you want to do. Some people do want to just do that, and a lot of their videos, I don't want to say are low effort, but it's you sit down, you record, either scripted or it's probably not scripted.
I'm going to go one step further and say that you know those news videos are low effort.
Yeah,
They are,
okay,
they are,
low effort.
they are naturally low effort. You get it. You do a few screenshots. Some people don't even fucking blur it and put the fucking captions on the screen with a different background and shit. Like some people literally look at their camera, repeat what has been said, and then turn off the camera. Like that is a low effort video. Sometimes it's like stream highlights. Like that is a low effort video. That's not hours being spent on, say, something like the wheel spin video stuff I've been doing recently, or like a fucking video where I play on a Wiimote, or like fucking the video me and Richard did on World. Like those are high effort videos. I will put my hands up and say, like, news videos I've done previously are low effort videos.
Yeah, definitely.
They're an easy return on investment. Like you get a bunch of views for doing them, but like you don't have to put much effort into it. And it's kind of shitty when you put a lot of effort into a video you think's really good, but then it bombs. And then and then the next video you upload just like, oh, a new Grid game was announced, and then that gets like twice the amount of views.
But at the same time, that was definitely the case. Sorry, Cam, you go.
I was about to say, like, at the same time, I can't necessarily critique that hard, because you need to do something to get new people in.
Yeah.
And for example, with like, for me, how I perceive news videos is if it's a new Grid game, then that's fair. But when it's every little fucking bit, and people are like making videos just to flood the search results, or just to like manipulate and kind of just, you know, indoctrinate an audience almost, if you know what I mean, that's when it gets annoying. Or that's when it annoys me. But I think
it's unhealthy.
There's like levels to it, isn't there? Like if you're just covering shit you enjoy, you can often tell. But when it's like people who they have to upload regularly, it's a different vibe. That's why I mentioned the Mr. Homeless iDubbbz references, because they do what they want, and it's like specialist content, as where, you know, it's a bit different if it's, you know, someone else. Like, I'm struggling to think of it. If I can think of a name, I'll say a name, but I can't think of a name.
What was I gonna say? Especially with like the racing community, where new content, it's not like COD, or it's not like the shooter community where like there's a new stuff coming out all the time. Like there are dry times of dry spells, like right now. Like what's like, aside from Grid, what is there to talk about? What is there really to play?
Right now is a real testament to how creative you could be with video ideas. Grow. Because there's no new games out right now, so you have to come up with something original to make a video about, which is scary.
It is. I mean, but then again, like when it comes to YouTube and content, like there are some people who are able to upload daily, and then there's some people like I maybe the past 2 weeks I've uploaded twice, and they're both just Grid, because I can't really think of really anything much else to do. It's just like, with all this being
said though, with this specific podcast, I think we're all at the point now anyway, right now, where we have the motivation to do this on a regular basis.
Oh yeah.
Like, for me anyway, I can speak for myself. I think in an ideal world, it would be one of those things where it will be weekly, but I'm not going to sit here and guarantee that either.
I just for me recently, I have 2 notepad things, note sticky things for video ideas if I run out.
I
know. Sorry.
I mean, with all YouTube and everything, I've just been streaming recently. Honestly, I can't really think of too many. Like, streaming's just easy. It passes time, and then when you're done with it, you can make some videos out of it.
I don't mean to cut you up, just because like this is kind of on the topic of what I just said. If DRIVECAST is uploaded on that week, it'll be on a Saturday at 9 PM. I just wanted to quickly say that because it linked in with what I said before.
Can I also say I don't agree with streaming. I don't think streaming is easy.
It's not.
It's time consuming, definitely.
It's time. I don't think it's easy.
It's not.
Like, I find it hard to talk for that long and pay attention to a chat and play a game. It's
and while playing a racing game,
I feel like my mind, like at the end of a stream, I go like this. I go. I actually fucking like relax my bones, because when I'm recording, I'm tense for some reason. It's just a natural thing. I guess some people are different.
One of the times,
so you go.
One of the times I felt the most drained was earlier this year, like the beginning of the year. I did a 12-hour live stream, and I felt probably the most drained I've ever felt in a long time after doing that.
That's because you were playing a game for 12 hours.
And doing all like streaming for 12 hours.
That's not normal. Do people do that normally? Like those long
A
streams?
lot of people do 24-hour streams, 12-hour
That's
streams.
unhealthy.
But I was
That's
playing.
disgusting.
I was playing multiple games. But,
I was gonna
yeah.
say for me at least, like so I've streamed. So basically, back when I used to do FIFA, I used to stream every weekend, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday, about 4 hours, 5 hours. But I think because I'm so used to doing commentaries and stuff, it's a little bit easier for me to just get up into a camera and just stream for an hour. I feel like when I'm doing a commentary, it's like high energy 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, however long I'm recording. But then when I'm streaming, it's like low to medium effort for a longer period, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of, I like that energy I'd use in the video that I'd blast out in 20 minutes, I'd use it over a longer period sort of thing. But I get what you mean in terms of like when you finish a long stream, it's just like, right, I need some water.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, like, definitely.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think with DRIVECAST anyway, like, I guess for the foreseeable future, it's one of those things. It's like, it'll be on Saturdays, it'll be on here, but it'll be one of those things where we'll try to keep it as frequent as possible. But if it doesn't happen for a week or two, like, don't be like,
Yeah, don't be surprised.
Like,
Where's
don't be surprised.
DRIVECAST?
Like, we'll try our best sort of thing, but it's, I think for me at least, I've found a good example of a name that I was talking about. So you know how I was saying like, Mr. Homeless iDubbbz type thing.
Yeah.
I guess the opposite end of that is like Clean Prince Gaming or like Boogie2988. Or like
I'm not gonna say.
or like what's his fucking name?
I don't even know what you were gonna say, but I'm like, what are you? There's numerous people you could mention.
Yeah,
numerous.
chill. Don't say the
Numerous,
names.
but
innit?
chill out, bro.
Chill the
Chill
fuck
out.
bro. It's the first episode, man.
Richard wants to go off. Richard wants to go off already.
I'm trying to think. There's another name on top of my head, but like those types of channels, like where they upload really, really frequently. But it's like when you see it in the sub box, it's just like, oh,
Another one of
another one.
these.
But, like,
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you say that, but you know those people have people that literally worship them.
yeah,
Usually younger people, but there are people that actually worship these people, and for a lot of them it's kids, and I don't judge that because they're children. Children are not developed in their minds, so they idolize easily. It's not something that it's not like, all right then, an adult knows, or a grown or a teenager or whatever, someone who's not 10
Retarded.
or 11 10 or 11 or younger, they know, like, they're more aware of what is shitty and what isn't. Like, I know that I used to watch shit when I was a kid, like shit I don't even know. Even, you know, here's a more. Oh, sorry, didn't you? Oh, sorry, you're just.
I watched some fire ass Minecraft Let's Plays.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I watched.
Well, anyway, I'll be more general then. Recently, I found a clip of the Power Rangers, right? And I always remember thinking the Power Rangers was fucking sick. I used to love Power Rangers Mystic Force, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched that shit back. It's terrible. It's actually awful. The acting, the effects, everything is corny. It's bad.
I didn't fuck with Power Rangers as a kid.
But as a kid,
either.
yes, he's actually got the fucking thing as
Oh,
well. Oh my god.
You're an actual virgin. You're an actual virgin.
Bro, that's the actual fucking Mystic. That's the one I was talking about. Anyway, can you stop being
Nice
weird?
fucking it.
You can put it away now. Okay.
I just
So-
had this. I don't know where I got it.
I feel like your taste, it transforms so rapidly, and that's what I think. Like, this is a bit off topic, but all these children that are absolutely intoxicated into the Fortnite scene at the moment,
Fourth
they're
note.
gonna look back at that game and they're gonna be like, oh, that was shit. I'm telling you, not that, like, it's not. Come on,
Fortnite's actually all right. I'll be honest.
Well,
Like, it's
I
an
don't think the
alright
actual
game.
game's bad.
there is shit.
It's literally
terrible.
what Modern Warfare 2 was to us, and that game was fucking sick.
But Modern Warfare didn't have this, like, culture behind it, where it's like, all right then, it's more than a game.
1v1 Rust.
Dubstep
like-
didn't spawn from COD.
Dubstep sniper montages, 1v1 Rust.
Yeah,
like,
but that's
that
all
sort
right
of
then.
stuff.
But at least that's like, it's not like, all right then. What I mean is, Fortnite has spawned this. It's not even just a game anymore. It's a
It's like a-
literal fucking culture. It's a,
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand what you're saying, Jay. There's
it's
a big
like
difference
the
between having-
dancing, kids' attitudes, their
I don't think
mindsets on.
attitude comes over to
Yes,
Fortnite.
it does. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen, it's deeper than you think it is. I'm telling you, it is. Right? Like down to like, all right then. I was speaking to my younger cousin. Right? I think he's 9. So he bought up what are the skins?
Yeah.
V-Bucks,
Yeah,
and the way he was
V-Bucks, yeah.
speaking about them, he was so unaware of what they actually were, and it's just like, well, they don't know.
My cousins
They don't
is
know.
totally right.
It's kind of scary how unaware children are of what the fuck they're actually
Buying into.
into, and they're just they it's innocence. Like that's why I'll never. I'm not saying they're all fucking retarded for playing Fortnite, because they're not. They're just kids. It's fun. I have no, even the dancers that make me fucking cringe inside on a holy level. I don't. It's not the kids, is it? It's
That's
the game.
I'd argue that's gaming culture as a whole, not Fortnite.
Yeah, but
Is
Fortnite
is
it's
I definitely
way
think
bigger than any other
Fortnite
game.
is the
Yeah.
center of the vortex at the moment.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Of course it's the center of gaming because it's the most popular game at the moment. But that's everyone doing that. Is that really any different to 5 years ago with FIFA packs?
But again,
Even now with FIFA packs, is that really any different?
no, and it's nasty. I hate it. I despise every part of what that culture has spawned. I just feel like I hope it just can get shone a light on enough for it to just go. I just don't like it. I want it to go the same way that online passes just went. I just don't.
Oh
want
yeah,
it.
they just one day they're here, next day they're gone.
But I think with that, it was
So-
less. There was less money in it, so
Yeah.
it was easy for companies to let go. There is so much money in these microtransactions that I don't know.
On that note, live service because links well with one of the topics we're going to talk about.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've always talked about this before. I'm fucking sick of it.
I agree,
Absolutely
Sammy.
sick of
I
it.
sort of agree with you, but I sort of don't. At the
Going
same
back
time.
onto what this Fortnite thing is talking about, why the
Mm.
fuck does every AAA game, think that it's acceptable to have a battle pass?
It's just what's selling at the moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, with Fortnite, it's Fortnite's free. So,
Well, yeah, it's a free game, but it's
So
and
just
I
they're
like
can
only
free play
skins.
games.
They're only skins as well.
yeah.
Mm.
Fortnite is fine, but like games like PUBG where you actually like have to buy the game first, like they're getting games are getting the idea that these battle passes are working, but they're working because the game itself is free. It's like a crack dealer. You give the crack dealer gives the guy buying the drugs a free sample, and then the guy's hooked. Like it's not like where you have
It's
to
not
buy
even
it
that.
outright.
For me, it's more a case of like, there's so many live service games out now. I can't dedicate my time to all of them, so
Yeah.
I've got to think. I basically got to say, right, I'm playing at the moment. I'm at the moment, genuinely, I'm playing Rainbow, Forza, and Halo, and a little bit of Destiny. But Destiny's taking the fucking piss because it's just so we really have to sink time into it if you actually want to
yeah.
get anywhere. So realistically, I'm playing Halo, which at the moment doesn't have a battle pass system, but it's coming with one, and it's a little bit different. I talked about this in one of my videos. Essentially, how it is with Halo is basically as you get XP, you earn points, which you can then spend on anything within the battle pass. So basically, it's like classic. It's like COD points from Black Ops 1.
Okay.
So it's not like a traditional battle pass system. And obviously
Yeah.
Rainbow's Rainbow, and Rainbow gets away with it because it's been doing this for ages now, and it's been doing it well.
Mm.
But like with Forza, for example, I still don't really understand with Horizon 4 why these cars they introduce, they then lock away until it comes around back for a certain time. So for example, the M3 GTR, which I've been going on about for ages, back next week for the awesome thing. Bruv, I'm not even there next week. I'm not even in the house next week, so I'm going to miss it twice again. What's the point in
Yeah.
adding this car? Like, I don't
There
get
is
it.
none.
What is the point in adding this car if 5% of your fucking like gamers, like the gamer base, are actually even gonna have a chance to use it? I just don't get it. Like, it's not even getting the chance to use it; it's getting the opportunity to own it. Like,
Yeah.
it's to get the opportunity to even have a chance of using it. Like, I don't get it. It blows my mind why Forza specifically would do that. And then it's not like Fortnite where when they add stuff, it's skins. That car is a car, bruv. Like, that car is, you can use it in game, But unless you have the opportunity to play on your Xbox at a certain time, you're gonna miss the opportunity. So, so I'm gonna have to find some time this week to play Forza, to do this championship, to get this car, even though like it's gonna be like really hard. And keep in mind, this is coming from someone who has like 45 days in Forza Horizon 4. It's still my like racer of the generation. Like I'll put my hands up and say that. But that's ridiculous that I'm saying all of this, and I can't even. If I go on the game today, there's no chance. Oh shit. There's no chance of me fucking like getting that car. Sorry, my laptop's fucking up.
Yeah.
But like, does that make sense? Am I?
Yeah.
Perfect sense.
You know, I mean, like the first time the brand new Civic Type R came around, I missed it because I was gone, so I couldn't get it until the second time it came around, and by the second time it came around, it was like 2.5 months later.
I think the best way of, I think you said it in your video, Cam, the best way of resolving this is just doing like sort of a point system where you can gain points over the season.
I'm telling you, yeah, when Halo announced, because obviously Reach is coming to the Master Chief Collection, that's where this all stems from. When they announced the way they're doing it, I literally screamed. Like I was like, so I haven't got to sit there, yeah, and go through 10 levels full of fucking stickers before I then unlock the armor I want. Like that's how I thought about it. Like I just don't understand why more people aren't doing it the way they're doing it. Like, and this is coming from Microsoft, out of all people, like their like lead franchise. Like the way I thought of it is, and the thing is with Halo that makes it so special is that if you just want to stack points then for the next season, so when the next season comes out, you then just want to buy, say, the legendary armor for it, you can do that. So if you want to stack 1 million points, so then you can buy everything in the next collection, you can do it like just like that, and there's nothing wrong with it. That is to me the way it should all be done. Like, and there's no microtransactions involved. It's purely XP based. I just don't get why more people aren't doing it like that. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like the fact that, say, with like Forza or whatever, if I want to complete the Forzathon, I've got to be in the house for those 4 separate weeks that it's each season, which I obviously can't guarantee. For example, in August, I'm away 1 week for Boomtown, which festival I'm going to, and then another week for Gamescom. So that's 2 weeks there, and then obviously the fucking 3rd week I'm starting a new job. So whatever happens with Forzathon in that week, there's 3 weeks where I'm fucking busy. So I'm only going to be able to do 1 week, which is probably going to be winter anyway, when I'm not going to want to play the fucking game.
Yeah.
So
cursed.
Like,
it's cursed.
Like I don't get it. So that all that content they're going to try to put in during that period, I've only got 1 week where I'm not going to want to play the game because it's shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's a waste of time. The way that everyone's implementing it is like they're copying Fortnite, but they don't realize they need to do it differently.
Yeah. I mean, unicorn cars are fine and all. Like, having set cars there where, like, you really need to be the best of the best to get, that's all perfectly fine and dandy. But at least with those type of cars, like, everyone has the same opportunity to get those type of cars. But, like, when it comes to just cars that are just locked off, like what's the, like, honestly, think about it. What's the point of adding cars to a racing game, but then not letting people get them in game?
Furthermore,
it doesn't make any
Forza,
sense.
Because there's so many cars that have been added. So if you actually think about it, so see, Richard, you said the Type R.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's the Type R, the Rimac, M3 GCR, and these are ones that I'm just thinking off the top of my head. There's like numerous unicorn cars that are all locked behind Forzathon progression. Golf R is one. Like, I'm literally listing these off the top of my head. Like, these are all cars that and for some of them I actually have them. There's the Monza one. What's it called? The Apollo one. That was recently announced. It was like something Monza or something.
Oh, that weird alien car.
Yeah. But like, okay, so I've just pretty much listed 10. I've listed 10 cars. No, it's an Apollo. That's why.
No. First, I'm just.
Oh, is that another car? Yeah, there you go then. So those, like, you can pretty much, with all the unicorn cars list, there's pretty much 10 cars I think I thought of there, which you can't buy in game. And that's just like, it's so many. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And it's one of those things. It's not even for me a problem if there was a challenging game that literally took like 4 or 5 hours to get this one car. I would do it. Like, and from their perspective, surely that time is worth more than a weekly Forzathon challenge. Like, surely the like retention and the time that people are going to be spending the game during that period is worth more to them.
Yeah.
Because it's like 5 fucking hours. Like that's more than it's going to take for me to complete a championship. So that's better for them in the long run. I don't know. It makes no sense. Also, one thing that I forgot about to say about with Halo is the good thing about Halo, and this is again how everyone should do it. Not only can you stack points between seasons and unlock whatever you want instantly, if you miss a season, you can basically select that season. So when you are progressing through the levels, so basically say I'm at season 3 and I want to go back to season 1, and say I've got 1 million seasonal points. I can then just go into the menu, click season 1, and then click the armor I want that I've missed. So it's not limited time or anything. Like you can just go straight back to it and unlock it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. So I think the first one they're doing is Halo 1 based, Halo 2 based, and then to reach. But at no point like is any of it permanently locked, if that makes sense.
You just were all robot-y there for a second.
Yeah, Discord just shut itself for a
Yeah.
So I was just saying. So hey, week 1 is Halo 1, week 2 is Halo 2, week 3 is Halo 3, and then it's like Halo Reach after that, I think. So how it will work is you can go back to any of the previous ones and retroactively unlock shit. It's not like gone behind limited time things like everything else is. I don't know. I feel like it's got to hit a ceiling at some point.
I also feel like that makes sense too, because it's not dedicated to how much time you put in normally, but instead of how much time you put in overall, because if it's points based and you could go back to the previous season, say for example with Forza, you could go back to the previous season's rewards, like a car or something. If you have that amount of those amount of points to go back within the last month and get whatever car that was, I feel like that would work fine.
Yeah.
Because it's not based on when specifically throughout the week or throughout a couple of weeks you dedicated time to the game. It's more so how much time you dedicated to the game overall from a general perspective.
And it's not even like with Forza, for example. I have a problem with exclusivity for cars. You should be rewarded if you get it like first. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I was talking in my Discord, like having a day 1 edition that you get it like during the Forza-thon or whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe it has a different color plate or something. Like there should still be a way for everyone else to unlock it. Like the crew did it quite well in the first one, where there was like a 3-month gap before it goes into the store. For me, I have no problem with that because inevitably it's going to go
be able to get it. Yeah.
Months. But for those 3 months, if you worked on the summit, then you've got it for 3 months exclusive. So that's not a problem because it's going to go into the store.
So
but
like,
the thing is,
so like Rainbow, the way it does it with the operators.
Yeah, but obviously this is like through summit progression and not season pass.
Yeah, but okay, no, that mechanic reminded me of that, but okay.
I'm thinking, like, how are they going to do... Like, that reminds me with the crew. How are they going to do it with the crew, too? Now, obviously, I'm fine with them holding off cars.
Who's actually playing that game?
That is true.
No one cares about it.
I've not touched that game.
But, okay, now let's talk about another game that no one's playing, really. But still, it has to do with the live service thing. The abandoned cars with Need for Speed Payback. They ended the abandoned cars thing, but...
Oh, we don't need to talk about that game either. It's dog shit as well.
Yeah, but if there's... But, like, say there's a car in there that someone wants, but they missed it. Like, there's no way of getting it.
You can just fucking build it anyway in that game. It's not even that deep. Get Frosty fucking edit or whatever the fuck it's called and just fucking hack it. Like, it's not
Someone
even
from
that
PS4
deep.
or Xbox One can't do that.
The only like current example
obviously,
of
yeah, it's Forza.
Is Forza. Is the only one, and even that's getting dry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to talk about fucking the new Horizon update because it's just bullshit as well. I'm so sick of Horizon stories, man.
You're sick of everything. You're sick of Horizons updates. You're sick of the season pass.
And then you know what they did. This is another thing with Forza that annoys me. They just add features that they were in previous games and then rebrand it as new. They're just added in class-based rights. Bro, that was literally in every Forza game. Like, as long as I can remember. And then you took it out and then added it back in as a feature. Like, I don't get it. It just... Oh, it hurts my head. It actually hurts my head. It doesn't make any sense.
That's
genuinely
typical playground games. Typical Forza. That's been happening for like how long? Like they'll remove
the crew
stuff
did it as well.
added.
So
oh
it's
yeah,
not even just.
I'm pretty sure
the crew did it with half their game.
I think most games do that.
Yeah,
if I'm
but
honest.
like Forza,
It's just it's just a thing where they don't they prioritize new things
Other
instead
shit.
of old things, and then either forget or say, oh, people won't miss it, and then people backlash and do say, well, where the fuck is this? They try and add it back as a new feature to make it seem as if they're bolstering their roster of features.
Yeah.
I just feel like a lot of games do that. Like
Yeah.
even
I'm
Call
trying to think of
Duty,
examples that don't, you know.
A lot of people do it. They like, unless it's a new IP,
Grand Theft
people
Auto.
always bring back old shit because it's like
Nah, even Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
I feel like it's a lot more innocent than people perceive it to be.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the time it's just they try and move on, or they just try and do something different and forget, or just I don't know, like blindly think that people aren't going to miss this one thing, so they don't add it, or they don't bring it onto the next title because they want to do something bigger and better, and people don't really like that, or people just
And
shrug
then a lot
at
of times that whole bigger and better thing ends up being not bigger or
yeah,
better.
and I feel like that is something that game studios really struggle with, is knowing what people actually want. It seems it's probably a little more complex and meets the eye. Like, it's easy to, for us, it's easy for us to say, well, I really would love to see Fujimi be added back to Forza, but like that's a whole map. They've got a model, scale, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
that takes some money and time. Now, I'm not saying they can't do it, because I think they can, but it's so deep, and it will be a whole fucking video. But what I'm saying is, bottom line is that with the returning features, I don't know if that's as criminal as it comes across, because I don't feel like they plan out, okay, let's not add this feature back, let's just keep this feature away to spite the people playing the game. I feel like there's probably a bit more to it than that.
The reason why with Forza it's annoying is, for example, with the Horizon stories, is literally bucket list from Horizon 3, which you could create yourself. You could probably create every Horizon story in Horizon 3 with the bucket list feature.
Yeah.
With the blueprint feature. Sorry.
Albeit the voice
That's my
acting.
problem with it. Is it's quite literally like, we've been doing this for years already. That's my problem. And then instead of bolstering the update with new stuff we've never ever seen before, they just add stuff we've already seen, and it's like, at this point, are you taking the piss? Because like,
I think I agree with you. But to be fair, I didn't actually like the bucket list.
No, nor did I.
From the beginning, I thought it was a boring idea anyway. So the fact that like it's still around and it still seems to be like their main thing when they do updates, it's like, come on, man, drive to A to B and have some guy talk to me while I'm doing it.
That's my point, isn't it?
It's not enjoyable to me. Like, it's not. There's no like. It's not. It's like they try and do things that you would most likely see in a actual, like, a RPG or a third person or first person shooter, like a action game.
Yeah.
Like, A to B doesn't really. It's. Of course, I like driving, but like, if I want to drive around, I'll just drive around in free roam. I don't like the driving to A to B thing. It doesn't compel. It doesn't make me excited. I don't know how to explain. I just
Horizon overall has been really, really lackluster. The only recent update which was good was the one with the collisions in online. That's actually really good. Like, the way the collisions work on Horizon 4's online are actually really good.
Yeah.
But drift mode was shit. Should have been like it was in Forza 7. Don't know why it hasn't got angle. Don't know why. Like, it's just basically all-wheel drive. Basically, I'm pretty sure that the playlists are all-wheel drive only.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's
there are some that are rear-wheel drive, but for the most
only run
part,
into
every
all-wheel
single one. That I've gotten into is
my
all-wheel
irritation
drive.
with that. My irritation with that is you should have two different playlists, right?
Yeah.
So an all-wheel drive playlist and a rear-wheel drive playlist. Why they've mixed them up, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that doesn't make.
I think I can come to the conclusion of they think it ain't that important because it's a casual audience that plays Horizon, not a serious audience like the motorsport one. They're stupid for thinking that, because there are people that play both of those games, and like, what harm would it do to just do all-wheel drive playlist, rear-wheel drive playlist?
Yeah.
You like. I don't want to go into a random playlist and have to wait for the fucking event to. It's like the. It's like it's like normal playlists, normal adventures. I don't want to do dirt races cross country. Fuck off. I just want to do road racing. That's it. I know you can you filter that now?
Yeah, you can now. They added that.
Okay. Do that with drift as well, please. Filter that, please. I want to be able to go into rear-wheel drive only because there is no skilling on. Well, there is, but it's not fair. No, I don't know how to explain.
Not only that,
Just
I want to
annoying.
say as well, the Lego expansion was shit. When they said Lego, like at the start, I assumed when they said build your own house, I assumed they would have said you would have actually been able to build your own house, like genuinely build your own Lego house. That's what I thought when it was first announced. Furthermore, I thought with the route creator, there was going to be a Lego route creator, not just a normal route creator. Obviously, I was naive for thinking that, and I was getting ahead of myself. But it's, to me, gameplay-wise, no different than Fortune Island.
Yeah, that's something
like, other than the alien crates and shit. Gameplay-wise, if you just rip if you take away the skin, the Lego skin, is there actually any difference between that and Fortune Island?
No.
It is quite literally. It's like Blizzard Mountain. They're all the same.
Literally, it's a skin.
It's all the same.
it's a skin.
All their DLC, apart from the rally one from the first game, right, has been the same. Like, and I'm not trying to shit on it because I know a lot of people like Storm Island. They like Blizzard Mountain. They like I like the Hot Wheels. I think out of all of them,
The Hot Wheels was good.
The rally expansion from the first game, which I don't think a lot of people actually played.
That was fucking sick.
That was really.
You can't
good.
even buy it anymore.
And the Hot Wheels one.
That was really
They were fun because they were so different. What the difference that brought to the difference with the Hot Wheels one to this Lego one and whatever else is the fact that the roads brought such a different element of gameplay to how you drove. It was so different and obscure. It was crazy, and I like the boosters, the loops, the jumps. It was fun as shit. They did that. The Lego, all they've done is sprinkled it with Lego. It's not even all Lego. It's
the traffic isn't even Lego. It's just regular traffic.
I'm gonna say this. It's very well made, right?
Yeah.
But everything that Forza does is well made. That's not the point anymore. And this is what I was saying years ago when Forza 6 came out. I made a video on Forza 6 years ago saying that Forza plays safe because there's so much polish and it's just so well made. They don't do. It's just like
I don't think that's necessarily true though.
I'd say they're pretty polished. Though.
When Horizon 4 first released,
polished.
and they said live service, constant update, Forzathon live, that's all stuff to me which isn't really safe. Not compared to what they could have done with Forza Motorsport 7 when they added the drift update and the drag thing. That's not typical Forza to me.
Okay, they've loosened up.
But then you go to, and even Fortune Island, I actually really enjoyed it because of the roads. That one big drift road, that's not typical Forza.
No.
But it's one fucking road.
Very much so, I completely agree, but it's not typical Forza.
If it was an entire DLC based around hill climbing and Toge, then sure. But it was just more of the main island with like.
But so furthermore, onto that point with Fortune Island, there was the actual new gameplay shit in the game with the Trailblazers were new at the time, so there was actually there was a reason to play that game gameplay wise that was different to the normal game. But with Lego, it's literally just a cash grab in my opinion, from what it looks like and from the outside anyway.
It does seem very
My opinion on it is like the way I look at it is I feel like the amount of detail into the map and like the map as a whole I feel like is really well thought out. Like there anywhere you go there's Lego everywhere. Except for the cars obviously, but as far as like objects, there's Lego everywhere. One thing that I thought
sorry, no.
One thing that I thought was kind of shitty about the game though was I remember you saying this like 3 minutes ago, Cam, was how there's only 3 cars in the game and the only way that you can unlock them is through the progression. Although it does give the progression more of a reason to be there. at the same time, I was expecting there to, because I didn't do too much research about it at the time. I have the expansion pass, and I just had it, so I just played it. I went to the auto show, and I went to the L section of the auto show to find like the Lego Speed Champions manufacturer, and nothing was there.
Yeah.
And I had to look up what Lego cars there are, like what actual Lego cars there are. And it was just the Mini Cooper that you get at the beginning of the game, the F40, and the McLaren Senna. That's it. And every time
there's
you go into
there's a barn
race,
find as well. There's a barn find as well, which they haven't put in the game yet because they're drip feeding it, which is also stupid.
That's really
okay.
Why even put the
but
barn
also,
find in the game if it's not in the game?
Also, the other thing is one other reason why I think it's kind of it just kind of lackluster. At the beginning of the game, you know how the first race you saw Lego cars everywhere, and then after that, any race that you go into, you go against normal ass drivatars. And I think it's fucking boring. There's literally like, there's no immersion into the Legos other than the fact that you're driving on a Lego map. There's no other Lego cars racing with you.
I feel like the idea got really shat on by the fan base and
oh yeah.
I feel like if I disagree. I feel like if they went to the extent that they went with the Hot Wheels one, it would have been cool. They just didn't go hard enough with the whole Lego thing.
That's what I mean though, with what I was saying before about the creator and actually building your own house out of Lego in the game. Like, imagine if they actually just gave you the brick,
even being able to be
do
even being a Lego character yourself. Like, you can't. Why is there no Lego character customizer? Like, I know that it makes your person a Lego when you're in the Lego cars. But it would have been cool for them to implement some sort of like way of the Lego people actually driving the normal cars and like actually being a Lego character.
With like the Top Gear skins at the moment, isn't it? The stick.
And it's like I said, it would have just been a bit more entertaining if they actually just went a bit deeper with the whole Lego thing. I don't know, and I just feel like all this when you for like a mixed reaction, because I've seen people that have enjoyed it, and it's fine. But I know that a lot of people would have preferred like something a bit more motor focused, like, because we're car fans, that's why we play Forza.
Yeah.
I feel like they're really trying to differentiate themselves away from car games, because it's like do you even? I was just baffled that I was so shocked when I actually saw it when I was watching E3. I was kind of lost for words, because I was like,
I think everyone was.
The last DLC, you're really doing this for the last expansion?
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen with Forza now in the next couple of years, but I'm pretty sure we're not getting another Forza until 2022.
I have a feel it's very disappointing. Like, I feel like I really wish they put all that time and effort into making a second expansion into actually making, again, something motorsport related.
It just makes me think though, like, so those people that really enjoyed it, fair enough, yeah, completely fair. But what are they actually enjoying? Because like I said, gameplay-wise, it's the exact same as before. So do you just really enjoy Forza and you just want more Forza and that's that? Or, like, are you actually thinking about this? Like, or are you being fed what you're being fed, basically? That's what I don't understand. It's like the Forza, especially with the community. So in Need for Speed, everyone just fucking hates it because it's an EA title, and it seems to be a childish fan base. But with Forza, it just seems people are just fed whatever they're fed.
I feel like a reason why they may like it for is because I'm not gonna say I hate it. But at the same time,
no, I don't hate it. Definitely not.
No, but at the same time, I'm not gonna say it's absolutely fucking garbage.
Yeah, because it's not. I know this is really. Yeah.
And when I'm playing it, I think the real reason why I'm enjoying the expansion a lot more than I think I thought I was just because of the variety of the map. I feel like the map has a lot to do with it. Because the rate that there's no fucking open world games that come out nowadays as far as racing games. There's no racing games open world that come out with fucking racetracks, and I feel like that adds a lot to it, having a speedway in the open world. And just being able to go there and like people literally like it was fucking sick. The other day I was playing and I was like just drifting around. I go to the racetrack randomly and like there's these like 7 cars parked up on the side of the racetrack, just like hanging out. And then in the background, there's just people taking the road course drift event. And I don't know. I think it's cool. I like the map. Other than that though, it is the same. The progression is a little different. Like I kind of do like how they did it. It definitely added more hours for me. For example, the whole the progression is based off of bricks, and you get 40 bricks if you were to complete a championship. But at the same time, if you wanted to go really small and get 5 bricks, you just hit 20 traffic cones. I don't know. It's definitely added more hours for me. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna sit here and suck Forza's dick and say, oh yeah, it's one of the best expansions I've ever played. No, because it's not. It is fun though. I've enjoyed it.
With what you're saying about the bricks, I'm 1,000 off fully finishing it. But to me anyway, and like this is playing devil's advocate a bit. So with the racetrack, it's fucking sick, really, really fucking cool. But there's no PvP with the Lego expansion. So unless you're in the shared world or have friends, you're not going to be racing on that. You finish the one race with the AI. Like that's a very and same with Fortune Island, no PvP. It's a fantastic world, but you can't really use it to its full potential unless you get lucky and just see a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and then with the bricks and the progression, for me anyway, the reason why I got bored was because there's no point doing it for a yacht that I don't care about.
Yeah.
I've got 30 million. I've got 30 million in this game. Like I can do whatever I want. Like
wait, did I just miss something? Where did the yacht come from?
Yeah.
Because in progression, for the progression of the thing,
the last thing you get is a yacht.
A Lego yacht.
To do what in?
I genuinely prefer it if they just gave me like 100 more bricks and I could build my house further.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it. I finished all the races now, but having finished all the races now, I'm not gonna go back because I've done everything there is to do.
Yeah.
I think really in conclusion with me and the Lego expansion is that presentation is good. I like the first 3 hours I was like, oh yeah, I had that everything is awesome repeating in the back. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. I feel like I'm on crack. F40 was rapid. I was like, oh shit.
I think they're faster than the normal ones,
I was into it. Then it just kind of got to a point where the fun started slowing down and just rolling, and after a while I just kind of just said, well, okay, I'm going back to the main island now.
Yeah,
I just it's that for me. And one thing I thought would have really helped these DLCs, because they're both islands, is if there was some way, and I don't know how they build their games, but surely it would make more sense if these fucking islands were on the same world as the main island, so you could just drive to them, do a tunnel or a bridge. I would much rather that than have to load out of this world and then load into the other world and then load out and to go back to the. It's just
I don't know why they haven't done that yet. They've been doing it for the past few games. Like ever since the beginning, they've done it.
No, I don't think any game other than I can think of. Then I think Midnight Club LA and Burnout Paradise, when they actually expanded the map, so the map was
Most Wanted.
Most Wanted 2012. Yeah.
Let's not talk about that. But I feel like that would be so cool if they just fucking they could have a cutscene where they're building the bridge and they could have Kira like, all right, so we got the guys doing the bridge. It would be like that would be
dude, I impression.
Yeah, literally. Like, would you guys honestly? Would you find yourself going to these maps more?
Yeah.
And if they were actually a part of the world instead of loading out.
Exactly, probably.
It's just common sense.
It's just too much of a bollock to actually have to go in and
all they would have to do I feel like, okay, in terms of limitations and software limitations, whatever they want to try and say, bullshit. Just load them out then. Turn off load them out so they're not there. So that, come on, like they know how games work. You can load stuff out. The further away, the lower the polygon count. Do that. Just or load the world out. What game is it? There's a game. Is it? Oh, I think there's a technology called. Is it ray tracing?
Yeah, ray tracing.
Wait,
no.
is it ray tracing? No.
No.
Okay, so
I don't
no.
know.
All right, then I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a game called Horizon Zero Dawn, right? PS4 exclusive. I was watching a video on how that game's made. So if you're not looking at something, it loads out what's behind you, and then you turn back and it loads back. So basically, the game can be like the textures can be boosted up to 1,000 because they do that. It doesn't fuck with the frame rate. It doesn't fuck with the game's performance because everything you aren't looking at is not there. And then when you turn around, it comes back. I don't know what kind of tech that is, and I don't know if Microsoft and Playground have that tech. I don't know who has that technology.
They definitely have the resources for it.
It's fucking insane, and I feel like that would make world building so much more. They could do so much with it. I don't know, actually thinking about it, because you're driving and you go fast. I don't know how that would work with.
Here's the thing, take SCS Software for some. They're the people that make the truck simulator games, and it's about driving, so it kind of makes sense. What happens is, when you're in the dev console and like the dev camera, it just loads what's maybe like 50 miles ahead of you, and then it unloads whatever's 50 miles behind you.
The crude is the same, isn't it?
But I'm pretty sure Forza's. I'm sure the map on Forza just loads everything. I'm pretty sure it does.
It must.
But okay, we're going on a tangent, but bottom line is that connecting the maps to the main map would be sick.
I don't think it would be I don't think it would be impossible. I think it.
No, of course it wouldn't.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely not. They've been done before.
And it's things like that I want to it's things like that I want to see with this Project Scarlet with the next generation of consoles. Like, there's no so if you're boasting these fucking numbers and these stats to me, then the game should have no limitations, right? There should be no limitations with what you can do. If you wanna load up a fucking intricate racing course on an open world map, you can do that because you've got these amazing frame rates and these amazing processors and graphic cards, and it's just a bit sad to me that I don't go back to Fortune Island because I can't be arsed. It's just as simple as
the load.
I don't want what you were saying about the connection of the maps, because I have a big point on that. Half the reason why I bought Big Surf Island in Burnout Paradise is I could literally drive to the barrier. I tried to glitch the barrier. That was a genuine thing I tried to do. With South Central, honestly, the way South Central did it was the best, because you just didn't get all the events. And then it puts the pressure on the developers to make the expansion worthwhile with the events.
Yeah.
So it's one thing building the world. Yeah, definitely, I get that. But then give me a reason to actually pay money to get the event. You know what? If they put the Lego world into the normal world, I wouldn't pay for the event. I wouldn't pay for the Lego cars. I have no interest in driving a P1 that's Lego. Yeah, it's cool. Presentation's cool. But if I just had the world and I had that racetrack and it was in the actual thing, there's no reason for me to. There's no reason at all. I would genuinely pay half or a quarter of the price just for the map without the progression. 100%, no question.
It's going back to graphics and everything with next gen. I think what people we're gonna be able to see games starting to stream graphics to people over an internet connection. From what I've heard, remember during the Xbox conference again when they showed off Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now imagine if you had to download the graphics for that game. That would be at least 300 gig. At least that would be hundreds of gigabytes. What I heard that they're doing is they're gonna be streaming the graphics of the cities and everything to you as you play the game. So say you're in a Boeing, you're doing a flight from Philadelphia to Seattle or something like that. When you're on the ground in Philadelphia, it's gonna be streaming you all the graphics for Philadelphia. But then as you get in the air and you're up at 40,000 feet, it's gonna untexture everything below because you won't really need to see much down below.
So what you're saying is the way that gets put onto your console is what?
Yeah, because it's coming on Xbox
streamed to you.
I guess it's coming to Xbox as well, which is really surprising because usually simulators like that don't think. And here's the thing: Microsoft Flight Simulator, in the past at least, it renders the whole world. Obviously very undetailed, but still it renders the whole world. So the only logical way I could find them fitting that onto Xbox is if it's like that, where it just streams whatever you're close to and then undownloads whatever you're near. Not near. So if you're doing general aviation flying around London, it's just gonna stream everything from London while like it's not loading anything from Los Angeles, not streaming you anything from that. I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, you've got Google boasting all this Stadia stuff, which I'm still a bit on the fence about. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
It definitely is a future. I believe that streaming is probably going to take over in terms of gaming. I do feel like that will happen, but I don't know when that's going to happen. People still want to play consoles, and Xbox.
Stadia is not compelling for me at the moment because all the games they have on the Stadia thing, I already have.
Exactly that.
There's like 2 racing games. One of them being the
thing
Crew 2.
is, people want to own their games too.
Yeah.
I know that, and I know companies like Microsoft and PlayStation have openly said they still want to make consoles. They don't want to stop making consoles because that's what they do.
There's a novelty about having a box on your desk as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's exciting, you know, opening up a box at Christmas. It's, come on, like what? So kids are gonna now wake up and...
The best Christmas I ever had was when I was like a PS3 and a Wii for this. I wasn't expecting it, and I just went screaming like that's the best.
I remember not thinking I was gonna get an Xbox One, and I was very happy when I did. I was like, I think I was just finished secondary school, broke. I didn't have any money. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get one. And my mum was like, she was lying to me, telling me that I can't afford it. She's lying. She actually lied to me. And then when I got it, I was like, yeah. But like, imagine, yeah, that's what I just said. I didn't hug her or anything. I just said, yeah, and took the box and went upstairs. But anyway, imagine kids like in the future then if they eliminate consoles. Oh,
eliminate.
Merry Christmas, Timmy. There's a fucking envelope, and it's got a fucking digital code in it for Stadia.
It'll be a skin. It'll be a skin.
Of skin.
Yeah, it'll be a fucking envelope for a digital code for Fortnite. And the dance.
Yeah, but the thing is, you think kids don't get hyped over that?
I'm not joking.
Yeah, exactly. Kids love that. They love that shit.
I'm not joking.
It's mad. And they start doing the Fortnite floss.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, and then it's eventually gonna make its way to Forza.
It is in Forza.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But yeah, the future of gaming. So we went on a complete tangent to Forza, but I feel like I've been saying it recently. Like I'm excited to see what happens into gaming over the next few years, because
especially
with consoles kind of, I wouldn't say catching up to PCs, but kind of putting themselves on a level where they're serious gaming machines now. That's
starting to be,
gay.
Because
serious gaming machine.
That is the gayest thing I've ever said.
Gamers, rise up.
You know what I mean. They're gonna start getting serious hardware. The Xbox One X, I don't care what anyone says. Oh, it's not real 4K. Shut the fuck up. The Xbox One X it's an impressive thing. The fact that it can push 4K textures on a console, it's impressive to me. I don't care. Like they don't. If you want your and I don't give a shit what. Oh, you can make a budget PC. No, if you want your PC to run 4K 60 frames or 4K 30 even, until I upgraded my fucking RAM and my GPU, I couldn't do that, and I still spent over £700 on my computer, and I couldn't run games I couldn't run them any better than I could run them on my Xbox. Is my point. You need to put so much money into a PC, and they still come with problems, regardless to if they're beasts or not. PCs have issues because they do other things other than playing games.
How easy it is to play a console.
Exactly. There's a. I don't care what anyone says. You can PC master race all you want, but there is a simplicity to a console that I think is just amazing. It does what you need it to do. Regardless, you don't need to. Oh, I need to go into the BIOS because my Windows is fucking corrupted. You don't need to worry about that stuff. It's just there. It does what it needs to do.
Literally, the equivalent to that on the Xbox side for the fat one is when you load into the game, sometimes it just fucking sounds like an aeroplane. It's just, the fan goes mad. That's the equivalent. That is literally the only problem I've ever had. My PS4 also sounds like it's about to fucking take off when I load a game. That's it. That's like literally it.
You may have your issues with your consoles where they break. Well, 9 times out of 10, you got it under warranty, under insurance. Get that shit replaced.
Unless there's another Red Ring of Death apocalypse where like 50% of
It hasn't
Xboxes
happened
crash
in
and
years.
die.
Yeah, but I mean that was
Like 15 years ago,
You
nearly.
just get it
Yeah,
fucking
well,
refunded anyway. It's not
Well,
a
I
problem.
know when I got the red ring, I got my Xbox replaced in like a week, so it wasn't really an inconvenience to me. My computer breaks now. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
Yeah,
problem
yeah.
because it's not just my game thing. I live. It's kind of sad. It's like I need it. I need my PC. I don't really need my
Yeah.
Xbox. I need my PC. Like, so I just think it's nice to have both. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why would you buy this game on Xbox? Well, first of all, I have friends that aren't epic gamers like me, so they just play console casually. So
Epic.
you know, I want to play with them, and I guess that's when crossplay will come and it will be great. But
Hell yeah.
crossplay is not here, or it's not here just yet. It's on
No.
something. It's not here just yet. It'll get there. It's not here just yet. But I just like a console. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I like a console. You
They're
know,
super,
and I feel
like-
I feel like it's getting to the point where consoles are going to be fucking good at what they do, to the point where people ain't going to be able to
It's
shit
gonna
on
make
them
PC
anymore.
irrelevant.
Yeah, people aren't going to need to shit on. Like, you're going to have no reason to say, oh, console or 30 frames. They're going to be able to do what PCs can do.
Yeah.
It's a game box.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
you know,
Where
a game
all
box.
100% of the like hardware can be spent on a game, as where with Windows, can't do that.
No, yeah, exactly that. I know there's going to be people out there that disagree still. They still have something to say, but you know,
It is what it is.
I hear what he can
It was- it was-
what
on
he-
that note, I think we should end the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
I think we hit an
100
hour.
Yes.
haven't
We're an
we?
hour 20 in. Yeah.
I'm
Hour
sweating.
20 in. Right then, well, if you guys enjoy episode 1 of DRIVECAST,
Episode 1.
the origin stories,
Season
Smash
2
your
of
head and
DRIVECAST.
hit the like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. And can you even see me moving? Because
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and peace.
yeah.
We can go, wow. We can go.
right today.
I'm so fast.